Okay, I'm going to go through a little bit of the diagnostic journey I went on when I had some problems with my Sportster Iron 883. Now, I did get some help from Nikky at Jurassic Cycles Garage, and ultimately he did fix the issue at the end. But I want to share this with everybody because I think it's important to be able to, when you have a problem, to be able to take certain steps to diagnose it. So the issue was that I had no blinkers on either side. Left and right blinkers were out. No odometer reading. My horn wasn't working. And I had no brake lights. I had running lights, I had running tail lights and a running headlamp. But all of those things went out. So the first thing that I did was try to figure out which of those elements that wasn't working was the cause of the issue. So this is a process of just ruling things out. So with Mechanic Beast, he suggested that I take a look at the fuses to see which fuse had blown. That was the first step, is to check for a blown fuse. So I took all my fuses out, and the fuse that was blown was the accessory fuse, which is this fuse right here. So once I knew that I had the accessory fuse was blown, then I took out my Sportster manual, and I took out the wiring diagram that shows the accessory fuse. And in using this diagram, I was able to further diagnose the problem. So what I did was I put in a new fuse. This is why it's really important to have extra fuses on you. So I put in a new fuse. I went through all of the issues. I first hit my blinkers, did not blow the fuse. I tried my horn, did not blow the fuse. As soon as I got to my front brake, I heard pop. So then I took out that fuse, I put in a new fuse, and I hit my back brake and I heard pop. So I knew that the front and back brakes were actually causing the fuse to trip. So looking at this diagram, once here we see the accessory fuse. So I knew that it wasn't my turn switches that were causing the fuse to break. So I went down here, I have dual stop lamps. So not single stop lamps, went to dual stop lamps, followed this path down. And the next thing I did was, so I knew that it was here, that the problem was somewhere in here. Right tail light, license plate, left tail light. Somewhere in the wiring there that there was a short. So the first thing I did was disconnect the right tail light harness right here. Just pull that out. I, once again, put in a new working fuse. I touched the front and the back brakes, and it's still, the fuse still tripped. I reconnected that. The next step was to disconnect the left side tail light. So I took that out, and wouldn't you know, when I went for the front brake and the rear brake, the fuse did not trip. So I knew right there that this was my issue, somewhere in the left tail light. So this is where Nikky came in and helped me a little bit with this, so here was the issue right here, left tail lamp. So knowing that this was the issue, it just became a matter now of identifying, actually taking out the, the first thing we did was, so this is something I want to bring out that Nikky, he brought up with him today he brought up a working harness for the left side tail lamp and connected which looks like this. The reason he did that was so that we could identify if this truly was the issue without having to take the sissy bar off, undo the fender struts. So when he connected that, everything worked, the fuse didn't trip, so we knew that there had to be a short. That confirmed that the short was right under this side here. So taking off the sissy bars, undoing the fender struts, we then did a visual. This is what we visually discovered, is that the harness was actually pinched. And the reason that this created a short is because power and ground were actually touching each other, and that created the short. So once again, here's the visual confirmation of the issue. The issue could have been, say, somewhere in the actual lamp fixture itself, but by seeing this, we knew right away that that was the issue. So the fix was to just put in the new tail lamp harness, hook it back up, and then just confirm by running through blinkers, horn, left and back brakes, and the issue is fixed. So I just want to give a shout out to Nikky at Jurassic Cycles Garage. You can find him on Instagram at Mechanic Beast.
And that's me, Nikky, Jurassic Cycles Garage. Thank you.